professional team where you're seeing all these young kids that he worked with in the minors that all play together, all now coming up simultaneously in the pros and all carrying their own weight. I mean, how many of these young guys can you think of that aren't? I mean, it's amazing how well they're doing offensively and how defensively responsible they are. They say this is the tightest unit bench-wise that the Lightning have ever had.
I'm a big fan of Mike Barbario. He's playing a great defensive game. He reminds me of a young Chris Letang. We've got Tyler Johnson, who's probably one of the fastest guys in the NHL. I mean, I saw this guy take the whole neutral zone in 2 strides in moments. I love Tyler Johnson. I'm a huge Tyler Johnson fan, Ben, as you know.
Absolutely.
And JT Brown, I told you when he first came, he first called up.
You knew he was a stud.
This kid is going to be a stud. You know, whether he plays on the third line or not, this kid is going to be a stud. I mean, we're looking absolutely good. I mean, but Keith Hawley, let me bring up Keith Hawley real quick, a defenseman for the Lightning. I think he's going to be the new Malone. He's hurt again, and that makes me nervous.
I don't know if they were losing a whole lot with Hawley.
He's been playing
I like
though.
Andre Schuster. I like Mark
Schuster's
Barbario.
Yeah. Schuster's been playing a great
I don't know
game.
that we need Keith Hawley. I'm not worried about Keith Hawley. I haven't seen anything out of him. I know he was heralded. He was a first-round draft pick who we traded with Toronto to get this guy. But he's never really lived up to his expectations.
He hasn't, but he's been hurt, 3 times already in the last year? And what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that?
The Lightning, though, I'm real impressed. I mean, if you're a Lightning fan, you've got so many reasons to be excited. Stamkos out right now, and for the fact that they can keep winning even without him, when he is the main source of your offense, he accounted for 40% of the goals on the team, and yet without them, they're still finding a way to score. And this guy is projected to be back by February, which is
February 6th is
unbelievable.
His
When you look at that injury, a very Joe Theismann-like leg injury, the way that leg broke,
it looks so nasty.
No one thought he was going to be back in this year. And they're so optimistic about it that Team Canada is actually hesitant to name their starting lineup because they're holding out reportedly for the medical status of Steve Stamkos.
When Steven Stamkos comes back, he's going to have at least 5 or 6 practices, solid practices, before he comes back. I mean, as the GM of the Lightning, Steve Yzerman, the great Steve Yzerman, how hesitant would you be to let him go play the Olympics?
I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, it's a good conditioning time for him.
I'll give you that.
If you're going to be hesitant, then you're not going to have him come back at all. I mean, look, if there wasn't an Olympics, he'd be coming back and playing for the Lightning right away. So if anything, you give him a chance to get a little bit of rust out, see if he can actually carry his weight before you really press him into heavy duty. I mean, it's not like when you're looking at the Olympics, it's not a physical game as much as the NHL. So let him get out there, let him earn his chops that way. Let's face it, with those bigger rinks, they're not grinding like they do in the NHL.
You're right, but there's going to be a lot of guys out there that are trying to prove their worth. I mean, Russia right now, of course, is the favorite to take gold.
I don't know why. They're the favorite to play no defense.
Thank you. But, that's neither here nor there when it comes to there's going to be a lot of guys out there trying to prove their worth on the Olympic stage who are not even close to NHL quality players. Well, I mean, what are you going to say to that?
The Russian players are soft.
Yeah, but you're not just talking Russian players. You're talking players from all the countries that are in the Olympics.
Look, at the end of the day, on the world stage, these guys get poached if they're that good. I mean, yeah, there are some guys out there in the Swedish Elite League, Finnish Elite League, that could be potential standouts and get recruited, in this upcoming season, a la like you did with Damian Brunner and guys like that wind up coming over to the NHL. I mean, you saw it with Tim Thomas. But at the end of the day, that's not going to be the big difference with this. Steven Stamkos needs to be able to get out there. He needs to be able to get some playing time. And I would rather have him go to the Olympics and do it that way so that when he comes back to the Lightning and starts to play regularly, he's already sharpened his game and he's ready to go.
I'm in full concurrence to that. I mean, I would leave it up to Stamkos. If he feels good enough to go, as Steve Yzerman knows, Steve Yzerman's had some pretty rough injuries in his life. The one time puck was deflected off and it hit him and broke his orbital socket. And, he was out for quite a while, but he came back like thunder. And he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, Steve Yzerman is, and he's a great GM for the Lightning. I would listen to my players. Players know their bodies. They know how they feel. And Stamkos, he was walking 2 weeks after.
Unbelievable. And they had that presentation for Marty's 1,000th game.
For Martin St. Louis' 1,000th game. I mean, what a guy Martin St. Louis is to even see that. But for Stamkos to walk out on the ice and present him with the retrospective of his 1,000 game, leather-bound book was just to see that was just unbelievable.
Up against it with time, and so we're going to move out of hockey and go into a segment that we've been doing for a long time. One of Reverend Joey T's favorite segments. We call it Reverend Joey T's Police Blotter. Okay, where the Reverend is going to preach the gospel about all the freaks out there, all the celebrities that have committed some crimes. And without further ado, Sancho, hit the intro.
Okay.
Guilty as hell.
All right, man, we're going to start it out. I guess the big news here in Florida is Jameis Winston is not going to be charged with anything.
Not guilty.
The Florida State quarterback, there was a press conference today. There was a lot of people talking about this press conference because I guess the public attorney, or not the defender, but the district attorney, made a couple jokes during it, and people thought it was in pretty bad taste. The media actually laughed because they asked him if this had anything to do with the Heisman voting. He said, when is the Heisman? Like he didn't know what time it was voted on. So everybody got a good little chuckle out of it. And but he has been cleared of any wrongdoing, and it looks like he's going to be able to keep on playing and keep on rolling.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the young lady had a lot of memory issues. There's a lot of discrepancies.
Well, she was drunk, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of discrepancies, and, however that happens, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, she got involved in something that she's not too proud of, and she was. Listen, we're all speculating. I don't know. I hope for her sake that this is just her trying to get out of feeling bad about something she did. But if it really did happen, I feel so bad for her because
it's unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things that happen nowadays which you can't explain, and it comes to the forelight that it's unfortunate. It's all unfortunate. Whatever happened, we all have no idea. There's two people involved. Whatever, it happened. Hopefully it'll come to the
Well,
forelight.
it turns out there was three people involved.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there's a lot. She doesn't have. She should have brought another chick with her to corroborate her story. But moving along from that, we got a report recently that the actual commissioner, Charles Ramsey, from police commissioner of Philadelphia, made a statement to the Philadelphia Eagle players saying that reports of crime and disorderly conduct go up when the Eagles lose.
So he's trying to tell them to stop sucking.
I don't know. It's a funny thing. They said they actually looked at it, and an independent study went and checked it out, and it's true. It's not serious crimes. It's not anything bad, but just disorderly conduct by itself.
Does it have anything to do with dog fighting by chance?
No dog fighting. But basically what it is that when the Eagles win, from 2011 till today, there has not been any there's only been like a 19 disorderly conduct arrests when they win. But after the same losses, there's been 64 arrests. So it's 3 times.
Now, how many of those were in stadium?
They didn't offer that.
Because I don't know if most of you people know out there, they actually have a jail in the stadium in Philadelphia, and they have a judge on site.
Yeah, Philadelphia's had that judge.
Yeah, they got the
jail
jail
down there for a while.
nice.
I mean, you're talking about the fans that booed Santa Claus for
But
crying out
this is just basically saying that
Yeah.
Eagles fans, when they lose, they get all pissed off and go out and like.
So it's the same with the Philadelphia Flyers. When they lose, they have to fight everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But moving along, this is an interesting story. It's not really anybody get arrested, but I find it completely kind of funny, man. There's a girls' youth basketball team from Farmington, Illinois, and they got a pictures taken for their yearbook or whatever they do there, and all the girls that had their hands on their hips, they flashed the shocker.
Oh, let it happen.
They all got suspended from their little youth league because of the shocker, and I guess nobody found it too funny for a bunch of young girls to have a shocker.
Now, what if they all flashed the showstopper?
How do they know that it's a shocker? Maybe they should have backed it up and said it was something else. I mean, it's pretty hard to prove. That
but everybody knows what the shocker is, and they basically every single girl had their hand on the hip, and the same thing was in the shocker. It was.
Now, to those of you out there who don't know what the shocker is.
How the hell do you not know what the shocker is?
It's two in the pink and one in the stink. Or, if you're crazy, 2 in the stink, 1 in the pink. However you want to let that happen.
Guess it depends on the girl.
The shocker is without the ring finger. Let it happen.
All right, we're moving along from sports. We got a little celebrity news here. I guess Paris Hilton's little brother, Baron Hilton, which is a perfect name for a Hilton, he got jumped and beaten.
Really is.
Yeah, he got the crap beat out of him, and he's contesting that Lindsay Lohan was the mastermind behind his ass beating.
I could see that.
That's what he said. He said he saw her earlier that
Did she
day.
involve her winter father?
Yeah, she walked up to him, according to Baron Hilton, and said, "Why are you talking crap about me in front of my boyfriend?" And the next thing you know, this dude's just pounding on his face, and she's all laughing, being like, blah, blah, blah. But according to her dad, this didn't happen, and, who really cares? But interesting story as far as that. You see the Hilton and the Lohan. It's kind of like the
Hatfields and McCoys.
It's like in that case, it's like the Prince and the Pauper.
Right.
You know, you get the constantly jailed Lindsay Lohan with the absolutely silver spoon-fed, alleged prostitute.
I can't imagine that there's a whole lot. I think the net worth is slowly diminishing for Lindsay Lohan, if you know what I mean. You don't see her booking a lot of gigs anymore.
Yeah, I guess she was offered to go on Dancing with the Stars, and she was offered like $1 million, and she said no, but both her parents said yes. So
that is true.
They're gonna try to get on there.
Now, if they offered her some hard drugs and some liquor, I'm sure she would have joined right up. She's gonna hit Amanda Bynes. Amanda
Bynes is cleaned up now. I was just checking out. She went to rehab, and now she's into some kind of design school. She's learning to make dresses.
She used to be absolutely beautiful, Amanda Bynes, and then she just absolutely Amtrak train wrecked. She turned into a
into a beast.
Yeah, it was
quite frankly.
Yeah, quite frankly, is exactly right.
This next story kind of goes along the lines of, well, what'd you think would happen? I guess there was a premiere for the Mob Wives. I didn't know this was an actual reality show, but there's a reality show called Mob Wives. They're, I guess, wives of ex-mobsters.
John Gotti's wife is in there. His daughter was on there.
Well, there was a big fight at the premiere. I guess somebody didn't like something that was said about somebody else, and maybe, snitches get stitches. That's all I'm saying.
Somebody's going to get whacked.
Hey, someone's going to get whacked.
Oh, my God.
Is it really a surprise? When you talk about the Mob Wives getting together, are we really that surprised that you're going to have some kind of drama breakout? I mean, these are people that are seeking drama when they have a television show about this crap to begin with, right?
Yeah, we're going to end this up with the interesting story here I found. You've all heard about the Paul Walker death, right? He was driving his Porsche Carrera, and bad things happened. It's totaled. Well, while this thing was being towed away, 2 teens stole the T-tops off of it, and they went on Instagram and bragged about it. Well, they're both facing charges now, and they're both looking to go to jail. Why won't people stop telling everybody on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter what they did illegal?
I mean, social media is a means for people to undo themselves so often. You see it with celebrities all the time.
You might as well just write everywhere, hey, I'm effing up.
Yeah.
I'm doing some dumbass F.
It makes absolutely no sense to me because, I mean, it's like in their brain there's this inner turmoil of whether or not they want to brag about it so badly or they want to get busted for it.
It's like social herpes, man. Once you get it out there, man, everybody, you're marked. You're marked for death.
But that's all I got for Police Beat this week.
Well, you know what? I appreciate your contributions to the Police Blotter. We are up against it. We're running a little bit late, so we're going to go into a quick commercial break. Last segment after this, we're at the bottom of our second hour. Only a little bit left in this show, so if you're listening, you want to be a part of the show, you better call in when we get back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Have you been minding your own business, only to have your day or evening ruined by a dirty animal? Well, Bitch Be Gone Animal Control, we're here to ensure these pests won't bother you no more. We use top-of-the-line traps and hunting techniques to capture our prey so that you can get on with your day. Here's our boys in action.
Look at that. This'll been way overfed, Jimmy. Why don't you lay down that banana pudding trap? That's it. That's it now. A little closer. A little closer now. Oh, did you bit me on the nipple? Get it! Gotcha, bitch!
Hey, what are you doing? Where are you taking me?
Sorry, ma'am. We got called about you pestering these gentlemen. We're just doing our job.
At Bitch Be Gone Animal Control, we guarantee to capture every sort of creature that may be invading your personal space. Give us a call at 555-GET-UGLY, and we'll come and rescue you from those pesky varmints. Here's our boys again on another successful rescue mission.
Okay, Billy. Before we go in, we want to be real careful now. This one seems to be quick and feisty. All right, now. Let's slowly swing to them pants. Easy. Easy. Boom goes the dynamite!
Oh my God! What the are you doing? Get your damn hands off of me!
So, ma'am, these young men called us for our services. We're just doing our job.
You see there? At Bitch Be Gone, we're helping a single man fight the good fight against the unwanted. So the next time you fall victim to the advances of a mangy mess of a woman, you know who to call. And remember, that bitch be gone animal control